Straight off the bat, this is a sponsored product review, sponsored by Ecoflow. Ecoflow have sent me this product to review, and in exchange, I get to keep the product. Right, let me tell you about it. This is a power pack, and I charge my mobile phone off here. I charge my GoPro and my DJI batteries off here. It's got 2 USBs and a USB-C outlet ports. And I also give it to the kids and they fight over it in the back seat, keeping their Apple iPhones charged up. This is an Ecoflow River, which is one of these, but on steroids. This has got 3 outlet ports, 2 USB, 1 USB-C. This has got 3 USB, one of which is a fast charge, and a USB-C. And over here, it's got DC outlets. It's got 2 little DC ports there, and a cigarette lighter charger there, so that you can charge things that you would normally charge off a cigarette lighter. And the big ticket item, it's got a built-in inverter, inverting AC to DC, and 2 power points at the end with a 600 watt output that you can plug things into with PowerPoint sockets. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know a lot about electricity, because I don't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to briefly tell you what this is, how it works, what it does, and how I plan to use it. And at the end of the video, I'm going to put a link to a video that my friend Gavin Clark from Gavin Clark DIY YouTube channel made. Gav's a really good friend of mine, and he's very switched on with this stuff. And he's got a big Ecoflow Delta, one of the biggest products from their range, and he runs powerful angle grinders and power tools and everything off it. I'll put a link to his video at the end. Now, this one is the River. This is one of the smaller products from Ecoflow, and it's designed for people just like me that go out the bush and like to keep things charged up and need a bit of power. It's got a maximum of 600 watts output, and it's got a 288 watt hour battery. What that means is that if I plug something in here that draws 288 watts, which is double what my fridge in the kitchen pulls, it'll run for 1 hour. I plugged my kitchen fridge in, my big white fridge, into this, and it pulled around about 180 watts, and it ran for just under 2 hours. It's hard with fridges because the thermostat kicks in and out, so the usage goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. But I ran my fridge for 2 hours. But I'm not going to try and tell you this is a great backup power supply to run kitchen appliances, because that's not really what it's designed for. If you want something big that will run kitchen appliances, household appliances and stuff like that, you're better off to spend more and invest in the big Delta Max or the Delta Pro. This one is for someone like me, the small items to take out the bush and just use out the bush. I'll give you a couple of examples. When I first got this, I charged it up fully and I ran my laptop. My laptop battery was flat. I plugged it in and it drew 60 watts of power, which in theory means it'll go for about 4 and a bit hours. And I'll explain shortly how I can tell how much power it's using from this screen. But it drew 60 watts of power. Once the battery in the laptop was fully charged, it then throttled down to 30 watts. So what it was doing, it was taking 30 watts for the battery, 30 watts to power the laptop. I plugged my laptop in and I put on Larry's Fishing. He's a cool YouTuber. I put on one of his playlists and I sat the laptop on the bench and just sort of faced it the other way while I ate my tea and watched TV and stuff. No offense, Larry, I didn't actually watch it, but I've seen most of those videos anyway. It was a test. Now that ran for 5 hours. I plugged it in, I remember it was 6:22 p.m. and I turned it off at 11:20 p.m. 5 hours later. In that 5 hours, it had powered my laptop to run YouTube videos for 5 hours and charged the battery in my laptop, and it still had 30% left. This is a 20,000 milliamp power pack for charging mobile phones and stuff. I can charge this off there. I charged it when this was full, and once this was fully charged, this was down to 70%. So I can charge that off here 3 times. Another example is my bedside fan. I sleep with a fan on, even a little pedestal fan, a little desktop one. It's a 45 watt fan, but it's 3 speed, 1, 2, 3. I run it on 2, the medium, and on 2 it was drawing 35 watts, and at 35 watts this ran it for about 7.5 hours, and before the battery went flat. So this is ideal if you're camping. It'll run a light. Lounge room lights these days are only like 10 or 11 watts, I think, not even that. You can get a power cord, hang a lounge room light over a tree, and probably power it for a week with one of these things. So that's what this device is, and that's what it does. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the camera down closer, and I'm going to plug it into, and I'm going to point it at the LCD screen here, and I'm going to show you how it looks on the screen when you're using appliances. Now there's the device. Before I show you how the screen and everything works, let me just show you a couple of things. Down here, that's an IoT reset. That's a Wi-Fi button. This actually comes with an app. Now, I thought at first, why would I need an app? My vacuum cleaner at home has an app and I've never even installed it, so I don't know why I'd need one. But I've got to be honest, I'm actually finding the app very, very handy. I can plug something in this in the kitchen or whatever. I can have it charging in the kitchen and I can lay in bed and see how it's going. And also, this connects to the Wi-Fi, so I can have it connected straight from the device to my phone when I'm out the bush like now to monitor the power from the app, but it also connects to my home Wi-Fi, and what that means is that I can monitor this from anywhere. So when I ran my kitchen fridge off this, I ran it at home and I went out up the street and everything, and I could see how much power this still had in it while I was up the street getting my hair cut. It's actually much more handy than I thought it would be. So that's the button to connect it. So that's the front display. Over the side here, we have the two power points that you can plug your power cords into. And over this side, under this flap, we have, that's for the mains power. That's so that you can charge it from home, charge it from the wall, and it charges from 0 to 80% in just 1 hour, and it fully charges in about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit over. We've got an overload button here in case you plug something too big into it and it surges. You can hit that to reset it. And this little yellow one here, that is a DC, that's a 12 volt charger, and you can charge it from your car, which I believe takes about 3 to 4 hours, charging it from a car cigarette lighter, and you can charge it from Ecoflow solar panels, which I'll show you shortly because I've got some here. So it can be charged by solar, it can be charged by the cigarette lighter in your car, and it can be charged by the wall, and it's got an overload surge protector. Right, now let's turn it on. Hold that in, and on comes the screen. I don't know how well you can see it in this light, but here you can, if you can see it, it says 99 hours, 100% and heaps of zeros. What that means is I'm not drawing any power. That's the output. The input, I'm not putting any power in because I'm not charging it, and the battery's 100%, and at its current use, well, it's got 99 hours worth of life in it. Let's turn the light on and see what happens. The lights come on and that's drawing 1 watt, which I've still got 99 hours. Let's go up to bright. That's now drawing 3 watts and I'm down to 93 hours. I'll turn the light off, and that's on SOS mode now. I'll turn that off, and now it's drawing no watts again and I'm back to 99 hours. Let's plug. This is the camera battery for my Canon 6D. That's the camera that I use to take real estate photos. So I'll plug that in and see how many watts that draws. This can't be charged by USB, unlike my other camera batteries. There is a little button here on the side that you turn that on. Now, how many watts are we drawing? It's only drawing 1 watt. There you go, camera batteries don't take much power. It's only drawing 1 watt, and I can charge camera batteries for 99 hours. That's pretty impressive, actually. I didn't realise that. Now I'm going to unplug that, and I'm going to plug my laptop in. Right, now I'm going to plug my laptop in. It's just sitting over there doing nothing. It's on, it's turned on, but it's not playing videos or streaming or editing or anything like that. So let's just plug this in and see what happens. It'll take a few seconds to settle down. It's sitting on 30 watts now, but oh, there it goes. It's just dropped down to 15 or 16 watts. When I was streaming YouTube videos the other day, it was pulling a pretty stable 30 watts. When the battery was flat, it was charging the battery and streaming videos. It was pretty stable 60 watts, but just sitting there on, it's only pulling about 15 watts, and it'll do that for around about 20 hours. It's going to fluctuate. Check this out. I'm trying to drain this down a little bit so that I can plug the solar panels in. It's down to 98% now. I've got the light on high. I've got my mobile phone coming off this white cord here. I've got the camera battery here, and I've got my laptop over there, all charging off it at once, just to try and take a little bit off the top of the battery so that I can plug it into the solar panel. But in saying that, it's a very, very overcast day, and it's the only day in about 2 weeks that it hasn't been raining. So I don't know how it's going to work with the solar panel on a cloudy day anyway. But anyway, we'll just leave that running for a couple of seconds and then I'll go and plug it in. Now I'm pretty impressed with this. There's the solar panel. It's a 110 watt solar panel, so it charges at a maximum 110 watts. There's not a skerrick of sunshine at the moment. It is just pure cloud, and it is actually charging, but not much. It's currently charging at 9 watts. So on an overcast day, it is still managing to pick up a little bit of charge. It's charging at 9 watts, and at the current rate of charge, it'll take 1 hour to charge from 97% to 100%. So that's not much, but it is trickling in, and that's I didn't think it would, to be quite honest. Hopefully if the sun comes out, we might be able to see that 9 watts jump right up a little bit. Right, here we go. We've got a little bit of sun. What's happening down here? The camera might not pick it up. It's up to 45 watts. It's incoming. It's charging with a bit of filtered. Oh, drop down again. The sun came out literally for 5 or 6 seconds, and it jumped straight up to 40. Oh, here comes the sun's coming back out a little bit. It's climbing back up to 28. If it was a sunny day, that'd be just going gangbusters and charging at 100 watts, which would only take 2.5 hours to charge the whole device. Right, the sun's out again, and we've got to 69 watts. It's currently charging at 68 watts with a bit of filtered sunshine. Well folks, you wouldn't read about it. I was watching this charge under the filtered sun. The sun came out from behind the clouds. The input went up to 69 watts through the solar panels over there, and then it stopped. And I thought, what's going on? Why has it stopped charging? The sun's out. The battery was full. It went from 97% to 100% while I was trying to film that segment. Now folks, that's the Ecoflow River. Ecoflow are having a massive Black Friday sale. Starts from the 1st of November to the 28th of November. Now from the 1st to the 13th of November, there is some great specials. And from the 13th to the 28th, there's some even better specials on what's left. So you want to get in quick. Check out the links in the video description below to the Ecoflow website. They are affiliate links, which means that if you buy something through one of them links, I will get a small kickback. And at the end of the video now, when I put up the end screens, you will see one of those end screens goes to my friend Gavin Clark's product video. Make sure you check that out because he goes through all the technical specs. He's a bit of a maestro in that space. He even runs powerful angle grinders off his. You're going to see this product appear in my videos from time to time because I think it's awesome and I will get a lot of use out of it. Thank you all very, very much for watching.